everyone, and welcome back to the Humbling Reality Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Haley.
And I'm your other host, Meredith.
And today, I was editing last week's episode, which was about like toxic TV couples. And we did talk about some positive ones. So I was like, this shouldn't go to waste.
We're going to do the spectrum of it all.
So yeah, there's not too many great couples to talk about. So instead, we're going to do one of those charts of like chaotic good to chaotic evil. If you know the chart, you know the chart. I don't even remember.
I literally thought you made that chart, Haley. I was like,
no.
Wow. Okay.
I wish.
But it's perfect for my very type A personality. The need to categorize everything and organize everything. I loved it.
Screaming.
Did you make a chart as well?
So I didn't make it in like chart form, but
okay.
I wrote down my person who goes to each.
Yeah. Category.
Yeah. Each of the 9 slots, whatever you want to call them.
Perfect. So we'll combine the 9 categories, I guess, with the other positive couples we talked about, which I think there's going to be some overlap because I did.
Oh, I renamed like most of them.
What do you mean you renamed them?
Like, so certain of like the bad couples that we talked about last week, some of them are like obviously in this list.
Gotcha.
And then I think 2 of the good couples you talked about are technically on this list.
Okay.
And then
I'm excited.
There's 4 of them that are just like, they'll either cause some tension or not. Like, who knows? So we'll see.
I also did TV and movie couples,
which is totally fine. Everyone is just, it's all for fun games.
It's all like fictional couples because one of them is a movie, but it's also a movie based on a book. So it's fictional couples.
No one cares this much.
No.
We don't need to explain all that. No one cares.
All right, let's dive right into it. Do you want to go first or do you want me to? For lawful good.
How should we do this? So should we go like section by section?
Yeah, I think we should go lawful, neutral, chaotic.
Okay, then I think we should start at the bottom because technically the bad couples are the ones we talked about last week.
Okay, so
the new ones are like, sorry, y'all, you'll have to wait till the end. Haha.
All right, so we'll start with lawful evil.
This is, go ahead.
Okay, I have 3, but there's one that takes the cake.
Okay. I'm curious if we have overlap just in different categories.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead.
Okay, I have Daenerys and Jon from Game of Thrones.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Okay. They turned out being, because they were just conquering everything.
I'll be honest, I mean, I didn't watch the show, so I don't even know if this is accurate.
It's, I guess to some people it's like up for debate because Daenerys was like, the throne is rightfully mine. So she was just off like building her army and then killing people who got in her way, which like, I guess that's what people did hundreds of years ago. But like,
interesting.
I guess like morally that was like not cool with me. And I was like, that is against the law. Also, which this is going to come up in another couple. They were kind of blood related. So, spoiler, sorry if anyone hasn't finished Game of Thrones. It's in season
was it like cousins?
Late season.
Like cousins?
I honestly have to look it up because someone's going to come for my neck if I don't.
If someone finds it that serious, then that's a whole other problem.
How are Daenerys and Jon Snow related? Jon told Daenerys that he is the son.
Say psych. Say psych right now. Say psych right now. No.
I don't.
This must be false.
No, it's true.
No.
Yes.
No, I fear no. Lawful evil. There's no part of that is lawful. There's no lawfulness in this.
That's the part where I was like, yeah, that
Her
kind of...
nephew, that is chaotic evil. That is the definition.
So Rhaenyra Targaryen is Daenerys' brother. And Rhaenyra and Lyanna Stark were secretly wed. So it was like actually this whole thing. I'm not going to talk about it because we have but yeah, their aunt and nephew. And they had a thing going on.
That's disgusting. I'm so sorry. I cannot. That is something I don't want to fathom. That's enough.
So that was
Next
one of them.
Couple.
Next couple, Ezra and Arya.
Okay, I had them also, but not here.
Okay.
Not
Here. I said it was lawful evil because they were just never good for each other.
Lawful?
No, it's not. She was sick. Like we talked about this.
So which one?
Like lawful evil.
Okay.
I guess I misunderstood it because I was thinking like unlawful, but I was thinking like breaking laws is how I interpreted lawful evil. But I couldn't think of a couple that was like out there like committing grand theft or like something like that. So maybe I interpreted.
We may have interpreted these. Well, we'll explain our
Okay, and then my other one was Dan and Serena from Gossip Girl, because
I didn't have them on it.
I
had Dan though.
This is gonna be good. Because their parents were married at one point, and I don't think they were dating during that. I think they were actually for like a hot second, but it was just weird. It was just not cool. And also, a lot of the people in Gossip Girl were unlawful.
I will say
and evil.
they could fit lawful evil. I can see it. I will explain how I interpreted lawful evil, and then I'll say the couple that I think fits. For me, lawful evil was basically like they were evil, like ew, but it was also like it was like I interpreted it as like boring evil.
That's not how I interpreted it.
Basically, like a couple that was evil, but they were boring. Like they were to the book, but it just.
Who did you come up with? I'm so curious.
So this is my repeat of last week with Amy and Ben from Secret Life of the American Teenager, because they were like. They were fine. Like they were kids, whatever. It was like young love, but it was like the evil version. Like y'all should not have been together. So for that reason, I was like,
no,
fine on their own. Like they were both good people, but evil together. I understand your interpretation. I guess that is my chaotic evil section though.
My chaotic evil is like, wherever they are, mess follows. Or like drama follows. Drama is made a lot. I think you'll agree with mine once we get there. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're moving up the ladder. Lawful, neutral.
I don't even remember. Hold on.
Do you want me to go first?
Oh yeah.
I had Jay Gatsby and Daisy Buchanan.
From what?
From Great Gatsby.
Oh, I watched that once, but I don't remember any of it, and I don't remember the book either.
So, I watched it recently because it's on HBO Max. Shout out. But
this is not sponsored. HBO Max.
But it could be. We're both like, but. I guess I don't know why I put them here, but like because they did. Well, there was like a hit and run incident. I guess that's like unlawful.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, she was married, so maybe it wasn't lawful, neutral. But they were also like very chaotic. Maybe I'm gonna.
This is killing me.
Yeah, this is.
How did you?
I think because I was like, when I think of them, I'm just like, no, but really they are chaotic. I don't know how I came up with this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna scratch mine.
It's okay.
But what's yours? And I'm gonna try to think of a new one.
Gossip Girl entry.
Oh,
but not one that you. Lily and Rufus, the parents.
Huh.
I'll explain.
Yeah, please do.
So
not that I don't agree, but go on.
So truly lawful neutral outside of like true neutral is like one of the most boring things in my opinion. A lawful neutral is basically like sometimes a slightly less because they're better people in my eyes version of true neutral. So to me, they were like, I don't know. I think this is like a toxic trait of mine, is that one of my favorite tropes in shows is the lovers to strangers to lovers trope.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one of those on here. Oops. But I don't know. I like that trope. And so I was like, I don't remember much about Lily and Rufus's relationship, but I liked them. I think they were also kind of like, eh.
Lily just constantly lied and hid stuff from Rufus. Like she was across the board, she's just a horrible partner.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But I also found them boring. So to me, it was like, I would understand if people were like, I didn't like them. Mm-hmm. But I also could understand if people were like, no, I really like their relationship. So for that reason, neutral. I feel like people just don't really care much. Mm-hmm. They have no strong opinion.
I think people do have strong opinions about Jay and Daisy. So I'm trying to rethink it, but I can't come up with one.
Don't worry about it. Maybe you'll take one of mine and you'll put it there.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. All right, lawful good. I have Derek and Meredith because I interpreted this as they were law-abiding citizens. So,
okay.
Because lawfully, like,
Like this is so literal.
Law-abiding.
They are law-abiding citizens.
I did not know this was a legit chart. I thought you put this together, so I thought this was entirely up for interpretation.
You can interpret it however you want. Seriously,
I didn't know if there were like definitions or like bounds,
okay. I don't know if people use this in this situation. Like I don't know if people have made like a TV couples chart like this, so I don't know if there's really like any right or wrong interpretation. Y'all can take it how you want to be honest. We could both be wrong in how people should interpret this, but I don't really care.
I wouldn't say that Derek and Meredith's relationship was, I think they are toxic like for each other. It's like that struggle love like you talked about, but in a bubble they're good for each other, you know, like the toxic traits
I can see
are what the other person needs in a sense, I guess, if that makes sense.
Enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, I said like, because I interpret it as, you know, law-abiding citizens and good for each other. So lawful good is Derek and Meredith.
You know, I mean, we'll go with it. Like that's a totally fair interpretation.
What was yours? I'm like,
so my lawful good. So I interpret all the lawful categories to me are just typically the couples that I was like, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I guess. Or where you were like, okay, lawful evil to me was like, but they're evil. Lawful neutral is like, I really don't care. I care, but I don't care.
And what's lawful good?
It's like happy for you, but
So interesting. I wonder if there are definitions for this. Okay, who is your
lawful
good?
So I don't think you watched this. I feel like we talked about Dawson's Creek. I feel like came up.
Yeah, but
conversation, but I don't remember why. I will say I watched Dawson's Creek, and I love another. So I don't usually like Friends to Lovers as a trope. Mm-hmm. I said that last time, I think, and I still don't. But I do like it when the main character. So obviously, actually, if you don't know, you don't know. Dawson. Mm-hmm. It's basically his show. Like it follows him and Joey for the most part, but like. I love when a show is like, we should have him end up with the main girl, but we won't. So she ends up with Pacey, and I was like, thank God. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because individually, I loved Pacey. Mm-hmm. Joey, not so much. But together, they were like ideal. Like that was the best she could be perceived is when she was with him. Oh. So to me, I was like, if you're able to do that, you're lawful good. Like everything comes together in a good way. Okay. It's ideal.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me want to watch Dawson's Creek. I started it the first season because aren't they on the Cape? It's set on the Cape.
To be honest, I never pay attention to like where things are located.
Really?
Like I actually don't remember most of it. Like,
when did you watch it?
Years and years ago. Oh, I was way younger.
Oh, I watched it when it was like COVID. I started watching it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait, like I think I was watching it like probably when I was like 15 or something.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't even remember because I watched too many things as a child. Okay.
Well, it's coming in handy now.
Maybe.
Let's move on to neutral evil. Okay, I interpreted neutral evil as like, meh, like they don't bother me. But like
they're evil.
Yeah, there's evil in the relationship.
Yeah. Another one of like actually okay, lawful evil to me was like I like them, but they're evil.
Okay, my true neutral is like meh on both spectrums.
Yes, it should be like
overall like
you weren't a great couple and like you were an okay couple and I felt okay about you.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
all right, so my neutral evil is the Glee couple that you mentioned last week.
Ken and Rachel.
Yes.
They're also my neutral evil.
Oh my gosh. They're good. We have some overlap. And then I also put Jade and Beck from Victorious.
Oh, wait, I love that one. They kind of, wow. You know, it's funny because I would say that they're like between chaotic evil and neutral evil, but I would say they're more neutral evil.
Yeah, because they were so balanced. Like there wasn't a lot of drama that really followed. It was just like things here and there, but it was easily like calmed down. I feel like air, like I
think it's their personalities were slightly evil.
Yeah,
but their relationship wasn't. It was more neutral.
Well, I think Jade was evil, and I think Beck balanced her out. But then there was still like
Jade was an interesting character. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't love Beck sometimes. I feel like he was the... Didn't he try to... You know what? Never mind. Let's not... We don't have all this time.
Okay.
We don't have...
And you, so did you have any more for neutral evil or just Finn and Rachel?
No, I don't like the neutral evil category.
Okay. True neutral.
I don't care enough about those people.
We said true neutral was like meh on all accounts. Summer and Seth, they were like... I was not excited to watch the OC, but I was like, oh
my God, wait. They were mine too.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Wow, 2 for 9.
I agree because also based on what we said last week, I was like, they really were just
entirely
okay.
Yeah. Because they never really had any, there was no really like development in their like love story. So even that was like meh. Because I was excited because it was like Rachel Bilson. I was like, oh, like she's a famous actress. Like, okay, I can finally like see what she does, whatever. So anticlimactic the entire time. I think at the end of season 1, she was like, Marissa, why do I like him? And then they were together the next episode. I was like,
that's so
what?
real.
Like, it just makes no sense. So, wasn't a fan of them. They were just meh. Not that I like didn't like them, but like wasn't a fan in the sense that I wasn't like rooting for them. When they broke up, vanilla. I was like, yes.
They were just very vanilla, and that is my true neutral category. You're vanilla, and we move on.
I don't think I want true vanilla or
true vanilla.
I don't want true neutral or vanilla because then it's so boring. No, like there has to be something.
I didn't like them. Though to be fair, like I didn't really think they had much chemistry. So
no, I didn't.
That's also why they were neutral. Like, give me something. I don't know. If you're gonna be a boring couple, like if your storyline is boring, you at least have to like have sick chemistry.
It has to be something meaningful to the plot.
Keep me engaged.
They just weren't.
I'm not engaged.
Yeah.
I skip past scenes like that, to be honest. I'll be like, moving on.
Not important. Did you have anyone else or just
no, because I don't like to think of any other one as like true neutral. It's not a compliment.
No, it's really not. It was a disappointment. Neutral good. Okay, I interpreted neutral good as like not a lot of drama and also like a couple people look up to.
Okay.
I had Topanga and Corey from Boy Meets World, which I have to say I never watched, so I don't know if that's true, but that's what I think of when I think of like a balanced, not dramatic, healthy couple.
I guess they were young. Like I don't think anyone really should look up to them, but like they were children, but I get like sure. Yeah. I didn't love Boy Meets World, to be fair. So,
like I said, I didn't watch it.
I'm the worst. So. Like, I'm not the worst person to ask, or I'm the worst person to like, yeah, I agree, or yeah, I disagree. Because no, I don't.
No opinions.
They were fine.
It's like me with the Grammys. I was like, yeah, sure.
No, yeah, fine. we're really neutral. Like true neutrals on this. We don't care.
What do you have?
I had the repeats that we had from last week, which were Aunt Becky and Uncle Jesse and Annie and Liam.
Oh, yeah, I agreed.
Because, well, okay, obviously we're making lists based on our perspective. So, like, if you disagree and you think they deserve to be somewhere else, that's totally fine. I don't care. As
we don't even know if the definitions that we have or the interpretations that we have are right. So
there are interpretations.
Yes.
You can't say they're wrong.
Yeah.
You might disagree, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. I thought Annie and Liam were like. So neutral good to me is also kind of like, okay, but you were a objectively better couple than a lot of other couples around you.
Yeah. Which the bar was low, but
in a lot of these cases, yes. So that's why I put them there, because I was like, they were objectively like more stable than other people around them. But they were also like, because they were stable, I didn't always necessarily have like strong opinions towards them.
Yeah. Like we talked about, like it's not good. It doesn't add much to the plot when there's not drama within the relationship.
Yeah.
But it is a good role model or a good.
Yes. They were just, they were staples. Yeah. That's kind of how I view, well, Annie and Liam less so than, Aunt Becky and Uncle Jesse, but like the whole point is, they were kind of pillars, and we're just gonna leave it at that, and we'll move on.
I kind of want to do chaotic good first because the chaotically evil is like the worst. Can we start with chaotic evil? I mean chaotic good and go work our way down.
Okay.
Or do you want to go chaotic evil?
I feel like people are gonna have more of a problem with my chaotic goods, but like I don't care.
Oh, okay.
We can start with them though.
Okay. My chaotic good is Darcy and Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice.
Ah.
Because,
yeah,
like, it
true.
was chaotic because he was like,
no, you're right.
What do you mean I didn't show you that I loved you when I didn't say anything and I was rude to you? But I love them. I don't know why.
No, they're kind of the definition of chaotic good, in my opinion as well. Like, I don't know if I would. I'm not telling kids, like, aim for the stars and hope that you get this. But if you get this, hey, at least it's fun, you know?
I guess also, like, why I picked them for chaotic evil is, like, the start of it was chaotic, but once they were together, it was like so peaceful and like they were like
they balanced each other well.
I love Darcy and Elizabeth. I do. I really do. What is your chaotic good? Let's get into it.
So,
oh my gosh, I'm like dun dun dun.
Okay, so I interpret chaotic good as like, I mean, you can interpret it however you want. These are the couples I thought were good, okay, everyone? I already know people are gonna attack me.
Hey,
but I don't care.
It's more TikTok comments for us.
Like, I don't care, y'all.
It's our video.
Oh yeah, by the way, we love hate comments. Leave them. We don't care. We laugh. We send them to each other and we're like, haha. So, okay, chaotic good. Listen, I'm not defending myself, actually. I watched Gilmore Girls I watched Gilmore Girl reruns, and you will never convince me that they weren't chaotic good, okay? You can say that Lorelai and Luke were better, but I don't care. Lorelai and Chris, I'm sorry. Once again, it's the same trope. I'm sorry. They were chaotic. It's the lovers to strangers to lovers. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat it up every time.
You literally said, I'm not going to defend myself. And here you are. Sorry.
Listen, I know. Okay, once again, like, Lorelai and Luke are like a neutral.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah, like, they're like a chaotic neutral couple, which is fine. But I was bored, bro. I'm bored. Like, I'm bored. Luke was never an interesting character, and you can never convince me there was anything interesting about that man.
Agreed. He needed characters to make his storyline interesting.
Yes, exactly. Something needed to happen. I was like, Luke, who are you? Mm-hmm. Never learned that. Never learned who he was outside of like other people around him.
He was kind of like Darcy, where he was like, I know your order every single day. I have it ready for you.
Brooding. Like, sometimes it's boring.
Yes.
Live up to something. Give me something. And that's why Lorelai and Chris were my chaotic good. Like, I always was like, they're probably not going to end up together. But every time they started again, I'd be like, I'm eating this up. And then it'd end in a messy way. Like, Chris's ex would get pregnant. I'd be like, well, that's chaotic. I guess we'll see what happens. And then
next season,
Luke came back and was like, Lorelai, I actually want to marry you. Let's go get married now. And she's like, slept with Christopher. And I was like, this is so chaotic, but I love this for us.
Oh my gosh.
And no, it wasn't evil to me. It was good because I ate it up every time. And I will not explain further. Okay.
Do you have any more for chaotic good?
Y'all, don't shoot me.
Okay, Haley, you keep saying I'm not going to defend myself.
Okay, but this one is like contentious. Like, people do. It's either you get it or you don't.
Okay, I'm ready.
This is the Dan one.
Wait, can I take a guess?
Sure.
If you say Dan and Vanessa,
no.
Okay, thank God. Dan and Blair.
Yes.
No.
Yes. This is another one. I'm sorry. I ate it. Listen. What did I say?
No.
Yes.
Haley, no.
Yes. Yes.
No.
First of all, it came out of nowhere. What happened? I don't even know. Yeah. It didn't. It came out of left field. Yeah. Like, just boom. All of a sudden, it was. But I have to say,
I just don't see it.
I'm sorry. Like I said,
I don't see their chemistry. Did they ever sleep together?
Listen, that's not my business. I don't know. I don't remember. I can't remember. They weren't together for very long.
It's Gossip Girl.
Oh my God. You see how many storylines there are?
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
Listen, okay. Everyone can disagree. I don't care. In my opinion, they should have been Endgame. Sorry. I stick with it.
No, you need to explain yourself. I'm putting you on the stand. No, they are. How could they be Endgame? Haley. No, I just don't understand.
What did I say? Either you get it or you don't. But
I need someone to get it and tell us in the comments.
No, okay. Let's be honest. Chuck and Blair, not good for each other. Mm-hmm. Dan and Serena, first of all, I didn't like Serena. Second of all, I didn't like them two together. Third of all, I wanted Lily and Rufus to end up together. So
yeah,
I didn't think they should have ended up together.
That's
anyway.
Fair. But why Dan and Blair?
We're getting there.
Okay.
I didn't like Nate as a character.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Nate was also someone who he needed.
He needed therapy, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot.
He also needed characters to carry his storyline.
True. Very true. Like, they made him the, like, oh, he's always pining after person. I didn't like that. And that's why I found him annoying sometimes. I was like, oh my God, Nate, get a life of your own, bud. And then who's the other girl? Was there another girl? No, not really.
Like Serena,
it would be, like,
Blair.
It would be on rotation, basically. Like, they bring Vanessa in. Other people in. But,
and what's her face? Jenny.
Yeah, and we know Jenny couldn't end up with Dan because they're siblings. So
this is true.
If I was choosing, I personally think, and I stand by this, sorry, they were the best of the options. In my opinion, I'm going to the grave with this. I don't care. No one's ever going to change my mind, to be honest with you. And everyone can be like, I didn't see the chemistry, but I'll be real with you. There wasn't that much chemistry overflowing from anyone on that show, in my opinion. So it's got to be the best of the rest. They were the most, when they were together, first of all, like I said, it came out of left field, so I didn't expect it. And for that reason, and I don't like friends to lovers, but they weren't really friends.
No, they weren't.
So all of a sudden they were friends and then they were lovers. And I was like, I kind of have to get behind it. It was so chaotic. I found it good. Sorry.
That's a perfect way to put, I mean, I don't understand, but I like how you said it was chaotic, and that's why I found it good. I like how you said that. That's great. I don't have
speechless.
Yes, I am.
As you should be.
You take that to the grave, Haley. You do that. We're moving on to chaotic neutral. My chaotic neutral was Jesse and Becky, because I think they lived in a very chaotic house, but they were, which I guess I honestly would move them. Were they your chaotic good, or they were your neutral good, right?
Yeah. I
think I would move them up to chaotic good, because they lived a very chaotic life, but they were good for each, like they were just a good, like, iconic couple. So maybe they would be neutral good. I think that was also a good place for them. Either way, I should have moved them up to good, but they are my chaotic neutral, because there was some drama, but
it's okay. I understand.
They neutralized quickly. It was your chaotic neutral.
So so this doesn't go with my typical, like,
okay, you
reasonings
really
for things.
Surprised me with that last one. So okay, I'm ready to be.
These are all again. Repeats. No, these two are now repeats, okay. So it doesn't matter. So my chaotic neutral, I took it as like chaotic, like they were really chaotic, like what the F was that, but neutral in that like it was neutralized quickly.
Okay.
So like it was chaotic while it lasted, but like then after that, like once it was gone, you were just like, what the F was that? But we're moving on.
Okay. All right. Who is it?
Repeat offenders. Paris and her professor.
And that's then fair.
Lila and Jason.
No.
Yeah.
Chaotic neutral.
Yeah. It was neutral after. You didn't care. You, like you said, you didn't even remember it. That's why it was neutralized quickly. Like after the first season, you were like, I forgot they even dated.
Right, because I remember her and Tim a lot more.
Exactly. They were just after the fact. It was like, oh yeah, that happened. It was chaotic while it happened, but we're moving on.
That was a good case. That was a good justification. That makes sense to me. No, Dan and Blair.
Guys,
were never.
If anyone agrees with me, listen. Actually, I know there's gonna be a lot of people who are like, "How can you think Blair and Chuck shouldn't have been endgame?" Babe, simple. I think Chuck should have been dead. Like, I don't know what to tell you. That man should have been either in prison or dead. Like, yeah. I don't know what to tell you.
All of them should be in prison.
He shouldn't have been an option, to be honest. Yeah. Now, another reason they were my chaotic good is because the writers who decided, oh, yes, Dan is Gossip Girl. Who made that decision?
No.
Because you ruined the whole show. No, absolutely not.
Who do you think should have been Gossip Girl? I think it should have been Dorota.
Literally anyone else.
No, I don't think anyone else could have handled it. I don't think anyone else could have handled it. I really think it should have been Dan. I think that was good. Or Dorota.
No.
But Dan was the only one who
Do you remember
had
when people... With what?
With selfish morals.
Do you remember when... You know, someone sent in that thing about Jenny?
Yeah.
And that man posted it?
Yeah.
There's simply... considering how protective he always was of Jenny, it makes no sense. Why would he do that?
Well, didn't it come out because Rufus asked that, and he was like, Jenny knew.
That was the writers being like, we have to somehow make this make sense, yeah, because otherwise it wouldn't. Because it didn't really make that much sense. It didn't really, like, I can understand. I think he was maybe the smartest of the group to make it work. But also, I feel like his character throughout didn't suggest that they would be of the mindset of someone like Gossip Girl. So to me, it was just like, it was a throwaway. They were like, someone has to be Gossip Girl, and people think it's Dorota, and so we have to give them something else. And so there's Dan. Yeah. And I didn't like that because I feel like that also I can't imagine if, like, Dan and Serena were already so toxic. Imagine learning that your like fiance or whatever they were at the time, like, what is the reason your life was like high key living hell? I'd be like, we may have to rethink this.
You would hate them entirely.
But if Blair and Dan ended up together, Blair would have been like, all right, babe, high five.
No.
Listen.
Maybe because Blair was also like Blair is untouchable. Like, you could never take her down.
She didn't really. I think she kind of ate it up sometimes. Yeah. I think she was honestly the type of person who was like, hold on. But on the bright side, the attention's on me.
Yes, absolutely.
And so I think she would have been like, babe, I appreciate that.
Thanks for doing that all these years.
I wouldn't have expected it was you, but like, I can appreciate that. I can get down with that. Whereas Serena would be like,
well, because
how could you? Like, and that's why I'm saying chaotic good. They could have been, with knowing now that Dan is Gossip Girl, they could have been so chaotic good.
Hey, maybe
chaotic evil and good. Oh, they were both basically evil.
But maybe in the epilogue they do end up together.
Blair and Chuck were running from the police together.
No. When at the last few minutes of the series, it was Serena and Dan getting married. I'm saying after that,
they get divorced,
and Dan and Blair
Lily
get
and Rufus get back together.
Yeah,
and then Dan ends up with Blair.
Lily was with Mr.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that storyline either.
Okay, let's get back to our last one.
Last one.
Chaotic evil. Mine is very obvious, I think.
Who?
Chuck and Blair.
Yes. If I just didn't want to put too many Gossip Girl couples on this, but yes, they are the definition of chaotic evil. In case that was unclear from all the times we've talked about it.
I also put Big and Carrie. I don't think they're evil, but they were not good and not neutral. They were. I still love it. I eat it.
Evil adjacent. Evil in a way. Yeah, fair enough.
No, chaotic, not evil.
Oh, chaotic.
But like not something you should look for. But I think they actually did hurt each other, so we'll keep them in chaotic evil. And then Elena and literally either of the Salvatore brothers.
Interesting. Either. Interesting.
Yeah, because with Stefan, like, it was just always, it was chaotic across the board, okay?
Yes, definitely they would be in a chaotic category for sure.
But with Damon, it was like that whole, stop loving me, I can't. Like that whole, like, it's TikTok or whatever. Not the TikTok because it's from the show, but the TikTok sound was trending for a while. And then with Stefan, Elena didn't care about him as much as, first of all, he cared about her, but also she cared about Stefan. So I think it was just evil because it was like not treating someone the way they should be treated, which is evil. And I rest my case.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest, another red flag in me.
No.
Sorry.
It's okay. We all have our toxic
traits. I hated Elena as a main character. But I don't like main characters, so it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, she was insufferable by herself. She is one of those characters where, like, she had her own storyline, but I hated it. Mm. Like, anytime she was by herself, I was like, move on to the next scene. I'd rather see anyone else. Like, even Caroline. Like, get us somewhere.
Not Caroline. Oh.
But when Elena, the most interesting Elena was when she was with Damon.
Oh, yes, for sure.
So I ate it up because I ain't gonna lie. Once again, I don't wish this on anyone ever. But they would have been my chaotic good, Damon and Elena. Sorry.
No, I can see that.
Now, Elena and Stefan were chaotic neutral because boring. True. Oh, my God.
True.
Like snooze. Oh, Lord. They were both, though, also chaotic evil. Like, objectively speaking, yes, chaotic evil is the right place to put them. In my mind, they wouldn't go there. But I understand.
But to me,
no. And they should. Like, that's the right place for them. But sometimes, you know, you're a little delusional, and that's okay.
Okay, Haley. Speaking of delusional, what is your chaotic evil?
Arya and Ezra. I'm not budging. I'm sorry.
She said I'm not budging.
It's not. They are. Every time I think about it, I'm like, no, there was just too much. First of all, the way in which they were like, Mom, but the way Arya was like, Mom, Dad, I don't understand why you're upset. I was like, girl, no. First of all, he should have been in jail.
Yes.
Second of all, even if he wasn't in jail, he should have been beat to a pulp. Like, there's simply no way he should have walked around with every single bone intact. There's just no way.
Because wasn't Mrs. Montgomery like his co-worker or something?
Yeah, too much. No.
Yeah. There was too much overlap.
No way. There's just simply no way for me. No. And third of all, if none of that even happened, the way they ended up together.
Yeah.
In the end, there's just no, what is this? No. It was chaotic evil also for the writers to do all that and still have them end up together.
It's the
and
writers.
make it seem like we were rooting for that. Like, why did I find myself being like, I guess maybe this is okay?
No. But then when we grew up,
they
we're
were
like,
older, I was like, I guess they're older like now. But no, babe, that is a groomer.
No. Imagine telling your children, yeah, I was in high school. Would you want your child who's in high school to fall in love with it? No, you wouldn't. No.
That was chaotic. Sorry. The writers of Pretty Little Liars were chaotic evil for that one.
Oh, they were chaotic evil. The series is chaotic evil.
Exactly. And that's exactly why they belong exactly right there. I will take no. I know you listed them. What was it? Lawful evil. They ain't nothing. You considered it unlawful and evil, babes. It was extremely, extremely unlawfully evil, like unlawfully evil. So,
I think that's a great answer for that category.
This has been going on way too long.
But I think we got some good mentions in.
We did. I don't even know if I'll clip this in with something else. This might be its own episode.
I think it could be.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, whenever you're listening. And we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.